Good morning, sunshine. Welcome back, or welcome to the sunny side. Today I am going to be paying tribute to / respect to one of my absolute favorite brands and people, honestly, Kimchi. Chi Chic Beauty is a brand that I hold very near and dear to my heart. About 7 years ago, when I was working in the nightclub scene in Salt Lake City, I was Instagram friends with Kimchi pre-RuPaul's Drag Race, and we flew her to Salt Lake to judge this pageant that we did annually. And at the time, of course, she had a huge presence on Instagram. She was really building a name for herself as a makeup artist and just a super high concept drag queen. And she stayed at my place for a long weekend, and we, did Pride together, and it was just such a blast. But something that I want to share is that Kimchi is just 129% solid human being. Such a good person. We didn't see each other for a couple years after that, and then she was on the show, and we brought her back to do another event, and it's she, asked how my dog was doing and remembered names and was just such a kind person. So throughout the whole process of becoming a superstar, launching her own brand, and really just making herself a mainstay as a queer artist, Kimchi has kept her sweet, beautiful soul, and it just feels easy to support a brand that is owned by someone who I've personally been able to bond with, and I can tell you that she's just a good person. And that being said, I do not feel biased or compelled to lie about anything when it comes to the products. I genuinely feel like she has brought to the makeup game a fantastic assortment of items, and I like everything in the product line. I have a little bit of all of it, and it's just so well curated. So we're gonna dive in and do this flirty pink look, and at the end of the video I will announce some details on how you can throw your name in the hat for a little giveaway I'm doing. I have the Honey, I Shrunk the Palette miniature version of the original Chi Chic Rainbow Sharts palette, which looks like this. So this is literally just a handheld, tiny size of that. I have the Halographic toppers, which are a multi-purpose, iridescent toppers that you can use as highlighter. You can throw them on your eyelids. They're gorgeous. And then I have the You Make Me Happy palette, which I will use in this video, as you will see, and she looks like this. So if you want a chance to win this little bundle of Kimchi goodies, just watch the video, follow me on Instagram. So what do you say we just dive right in and put on this face of Chi Chic Beauty products? The goal today is to use as much of the Chi Chic Beauty line as possible. So they do not have a foundation, but they have concealer, and I own multiple shades. So I'm going to attempt to do my complexion products with all Chi Chic, my brows, my everything really except for mascara. So this will be fun. I'm starting off with the You Make Me Happy palette. There is a nice sort of warm brown in here that I'm going to use for brows. I'm not going to do anything super fancy today, but I have the V13 brow brush from BH Cosmetics. This shade is called Coffee Mug. I also have my Chi Chic hand mirror. Just gonna use a little of the NYX Control Freak clear brow mascara. This brown shade was a lot more red toned than it looked in the pan. I don't mind because my hair has a reddish tinge to it. And I'm going to prime my eyes with the Most Concealer from Chi Chic. There's a pretty good shade range with this concealer, and there's also a line of color correctors as well. I have the Light Ivory. It's just called Ivory. This is what I'm going to use for priming. I haven't primed my eyelids with concealer in like 1,000 years, so this is going to be interesting. I also have the shade Medium Beige, which is a little bit closer to what I would use for like a foundation shade. I'm just going to use that to kind of sculpt out around my brow. These concealers have a brush tip, which I have disliked on other products before, but I don't really know the difference if it's the formula of the concealer or the brush itself, but I like them on this particular brand. Since this is the palette that I am including in the giveaway, I definitely wanted to feature it heavily. I have the entire Chi Chic Beauty line, so I have all the palettes, the like topper palette included. I've got a bunch of the blushes and bronzer and contour and lip glosses and liquid shadows. There's like a really comprehensive and fabulous product line, but the You Make Me Happy palette is super cute. It's a mixture of neutrals and pops of color, as you can see. It's not like the most revolutionary color story in the whole world, but it's useful, which I think is lovely. Nice mixture of shimmers and mattes. Also the OG Chi Chic Rainbow Sharts palette. It's so funny, when I first got this was actually, like, when I got this at the time last year, I like didn't really have a lot of makeup. Like, look at her now. But I got like the PR kit. At the time, it was like pretty much everything that they had in the product line, and I didn't think anything of this being like super big, but now that I have a lot of other palettes, I'm like, it's kind of huge, which is great. The pan sizes are really, they're quite big, but this is an extremely useful palette. You can contour with these shades, like obviously it's an eyeshadow palette, but I've just found that this is a super versatile palette and I've used it for a lot of different things. For a palette with rainbow in the title, it's not really that, but you know what, who cares? It's a gorgeous palette. I'm gonna start with the shade Rust. It's kind of a pinky nude. Just lay that down as like a sort of base shade. This is a number 4 brush from the Chillin' in Chicago brush collection by BH Cosmetics. I do believe I'm going to stick in a pinkish, reddish, warm sort of color story for this. It's spring, you know, feels cute. Grabbing the You Make Me Happy palette in this bright shade Caliente on the number 1 brush from the same brush collection. And we're just gonna pop this in as like a transition shade right above my crease. Now for the outer corner slash like crease, I'm going to be using the shade called Maroon 10. This is the number 5 brush from the Chillin' in Chicago collection. I love these brushes, by the way. I'm hopping over to the Most Concealer in Solid White, and I'm just going to use this to cut out sort of like a partial crease lid moment. just in the inner portion of my lid. Taking a shiny pencil brush to just touch up around the edges right here with the Caliente shade that I used as the transition shade. There's this really pretty light shimmery pink color called Princess Me that I'm going to plop right on top of that white with the number 2 brush from BH Cosmetics. By the way, I feel like I should say this. Some of you would pick up on this if you are Kimchi fans, but Kimchi is from Chicago, which is why I decided to use these specific brushes for this tutorial as well, just to keep in theme. Oh, cute. Going back to the number 5 brush that I used for the maroon, and with no additional product, I'm just going around the edges and blending. I'm going to dip it into a little bit of that maroon for the outer corner. Inspiration strikes, and I am definitely going to use this Diamond Sharts in the shade Cake. It's like a pinkish shade. It's got like flecks of like almost like holographic glitter. I'd say that there's definitely an orangey tone to it. I prefer not to use the doe foot applicators that these come with, but you can if you choose. I'm just going to use the same flat brush that I put on the light pink on the lid with, and we're actually just going to go right over that with this glitter. These are really great as toppers. Some of the Peau de Crèmes and Diamond Sharts have an opaque quality to them, and some of them don't, so they work best over something else. I haven't actually used the shade, to be honest with you, but I wanted to give it a base to lay on top of, just in case. You know, I actually am going to use the doe foot applicator to put some product on, and then I'm going to use the brush to spread it out. I also have the Halographic Toppers palette. This features 4 topper shades that you can use as highlighters, eyeshadow toppers. I put them sometimes on my lips. They're really high impact. These are so pretty. There is a pinkish one, a pearly golden one, a bluish one, and then this one is like bronzy pinkish. Kind of hard to explain, but they're all gorgeous. And this is also included in my giveaway. I'm going to use the shade Thunder. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my finger and tap it on the outer portion of where this glitter is. Kind of give that a smoother transition from like light to dark. Little iridescence. And then hopping back over to the brush that had the maroon on it, not adding any additional shadow, but just using it to blend around the edges. I'm grabbing this Hey Shorty brush from Beauty Bay to just take a little bit more of that same pink shade that I just used and to use it as a brow bone highlight. These are very pigmented, like if you use your finger and swipe it, you'll get so much payoff, but I really just wanted this to be just a little bit of shimmer. I don't want it to like take over and look like a full pigmented color, so I'm just using a dry, fluffy brush to tap that on. All right, now we are moving on to the face. I will finish the under eye portion shortly, of course, but I am going to be using the medium beige concealer as a foundation. So I'm just gonna do like little dots on my forehead. I also have a Chi Chic sponge. I really like these. They're like that kind of microfibery soft touch. I'm going to be using Peachy Ivory for the under eye area. Back to the medium beige. I've noticed that this concealer has a tendency to set fairly quickly, so I like to blend it out quick. A little whisper of Peachy Ivory right here and down the nose. I have the Ivander Puff Puff Pass as well as the translucent. I'm going to use Ivander to bake under my eyes. A touch on the forehead. So I have this ColourPop gel liner in the shade Fluffy, which I'm going to use in my waterline. It's like a nice bubblegummy kind of cotton candy pink. I have the number 7 like flat angled brush that I'm going to use the maroon shade again, just right underneath my waterline. I'm just going to bring that about halfway in. I'm going to dust off the loose powder now. This is the number 6 brush from the same brush collection. It's like almost like a fat pencil brush. I'm going to use this to smudge the edges of this maroon. Then using the Chi Chic Stage Proof Matte Setting Spray on the flat shader brush that I used in this on the inner portion of the lid, I'm going to spritz that and take this topper shade Thunder and just put it right here. I'm going to finish up the rest of my face with the Thailor collection. I've got contour, bronzer, blush, and highlighter. And I'm just going to go through this process, and I will leave on the screen like what I'm using, but I'm not going to describe every single detail. So here we go.
Winter came for the very last time. Grayscale slideshows plague the sky. Power and control mar the mind of a foolish kingdom in decline. Oh, the curse of humanity, fixated on glowing screens, waiting for a patriarch, burning saints like Joan of Arc. We've got to stop the false messiah. Trust mama, she'll take you higher. Rising from the ashes of a heretic, she's got the bomb, gonna light the way. I've had enough distraction. January sky will crystallize, falling doves and feathered eyes, bloody hands on every...
Alrighty, now I'm going to throw on a lash, fix my hair up a bit, adjust the lighting because it looks harsher on camera than what I'm seeing. So, yeah, I'll be back in a second. Oh my goodness. This lip gloss is crazy. This is the Aurora Gloss Over Gloss, also by Chi Chic Beauty. This is just incredible pink, coppery, multi-chrome lip gloss. I feel like the camera is not quite doing it justice. It just looks like subtle and shiny, but in person, there's like so much color shift happening. My favorite lip gloss by Chi Chic Beauty, for sure. Alrighty, so we've got a finished look. Literally, other than the mascara, this whole face is products from Chi Chic Beauty. So, you know, they may not have foundation, but the concealer works just fine if you want to do a full face. I love the powders. The setting powder is one of my absolute favorite setting powders that I have. Really, it's just such a fabulous product line, and I'm excited to give you a little bundle of goods so that you can try it out. I have a feeling that once you try it, you'll fall in love and you'll just want to buy it all because it's just so fun. The packaging is adorable. It's just quality product, affordable. It checks all the boxes for me. So all you have to do to win the You Make Me Happy palette, the Baby Rainbow Sharts palette, and the Halographic toppers is just give this video a thumbs up, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and leave a comment down below. And if you want twice the chance at winning, you can go over to my Instagram, which is @SunnyRay, and when I post this look from today's video, just like and comment and tag a friend. So then you'll be entered twice. That is all I have for you today. It was good to sit down and do some makeup. It has been a weird last couple of weeks, to be completely honest with you. So I am just excited to be back at it. Thank you for the support, and I hope you're enjoying springtime. I know I have been. Getting outside every chance that I can get and just soaking up the sun because it was a long winter. So I hope you're staying healthy and happy and feeling cute. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Goodbye.